Today I want to talk to you about a process called vermicomposting, which is the process of using earthworms to turn food scraps and the bedding material that you provide into highly nutritious compost that you can use on your houseplants and also outside in your gardens. But since I had a limited supply of scraps and a limited ability to monitor the bin, I decided to use a system called the Vermihut Upward Migration Worm Composting Bin. And it's a series of trays that are about 16 inches square that you can stack up 4 or 5 high. You just put bedding material and the worms inside, and after they get acclimated and begin the process of breaking down your tray, then you can start adding new trays on top, and after 60 to 90 days you can take the bottom tray out and harvest the compost and use it as you wish. One of the things I like to do is to provide a special feeding for the worms about once a week, once every 10 days. Worms don't have teeth, and so the finer that you can chop up the materials that you're feeding them, the faster the sooner they will be able to access this material and eat it and turn it into compost. So I like to make a special little meal for them that I call a worm smoothie. And so what I do is I will take various food scraps and I'll put it into my blender, and I will add some of the bedding material and leaves from the garden and all these things, and add some water and turn it on and chop it all up and turn it into a liquid paste that just looks like it's just a gourmet dish for an earthworm. And then I just pour it into the top of the top working tray, usually in a circle as you see here, and then put some fresh bedding material on top and kind of lightly water it in to keep it all moist. This allows the earthworms to stay in the dark, which is very much what they like. You want to cover up the material, all the material that you're feeding, because if it's exposed, you may wind up with fruit flies and vinegar flies, which no one likes. I can tell you that in my household, the earthworms work all the time, 24 hours a day, and they are the hardest working creatures in this house. They work much harder than I do, and they definitely work harder than my cat.